course, Gen Z 001. And this is One Tribe, One Nation movement. Vibe Tribe.
One Nation.
One Nation.
One Tribe.
And as we believe, as the young people, the Gen Zs, and of course, Elias, the Moses of Kenya, we were raised by God so that we will set free our parents and liberate our nation from this, the current colonial regime, by our own black and our own blood people that we have taken to the offices. Now, today we are here because of one thing. When the self-proclaimed savior becomes the oppressor, then the mask slips. We have seen this one gentleman in the name of GACHAGUA, who actually purports now like he has become too much, as though now Kenya is in his own hands, as though he's our God, as though he wants us to worship him. I know many may hear this and say that maybe these are projects, but I want to say as Kenyans, let's be sober enough. And let's discuss this, because this is too much. We as the young dreamers, the Gen Zs, we went to the streets, not to please an individual, not to meet the needs and actually glutton wishes of a few individuals who wants to enrich themselves, but to make sure that we set free our nation, we liberate our economy, and we make sure that we save our future as the young people. And anything that actually acts as a sabotage towards our future, we must rise as the young people. And that is unanimously the reason that took us to the streets right from the year 2024 up to date. And all we have been fighting for is a good Kenya, is a change, so that a student who goes to the university today knows after finishing, graduating, I'm gonna get my right, I'm gonna get an opportunity based on merits, based on achievements, not based on your second name. We have been asking for this, but now we have some people who wants to take advantage of our movement. Yes, Gen Zs, we came out as leaderless, we came out as tribeless, but there are a few individuals who wants to take advantage of us. We didn't go to the streets because of you, GACHAGUA. We went to the streets because of our nation. We went to the streets because the old people, the people who have been in leadership for years, you have failed us. Now, you want to come to Kenyans as a lesser evil, yet you are the evil yourself. Now, the other time you came and proclaimed yourself and said that the united opposition is the one to form the government, and you said if anybody trying to look for leadership is not in the united opposition, ati huyo ni punda. Sisi ni punda. You are calling Gen Z's punda. We want to tell you, GACHAGUA, you have come too much. Kenya is not your home. Kenya is not like your house. There is no way that sasa umekuwa tumefika mahali ati sasa unapanga, sasa hata bibi ndio unapangia watu unatuambia wewe, you know, it cannot be. You have become too much. Now you are even castigating the media people. You are going even to the personalities. The other day you were actually, castigating individuals just because they anchored things that you felt in your own way that they don't favor you. But we want to say this. As a people of this nation, I want to tell you, let us not allow anybody to hoodwink us in the name of trying to fight for us. We as the young people, deep from our heart, we are crying when we see our mothers suffering. We are crying when we see farmers from all over. They actually labor a lot, but their labor is taken in vain. They don't get back what they deserve. Look, right now the business people, they are suffering. Young people, there is no employment. And those are the real pertinent issues that made us to get to the streets. When we advocate for change, we are crying and asking, is this all there is for us? Kenya has become an incubator of hopelessness and depression amid the young people, and therefore you cannot bring selfishness covered to look like hope, yet in reality you are trying to actually fight for your own selfish interest. We cannot allow this to continue. And I want to tell the people of Mulima, the people of Mount Kenya, please, good people, yes, it is good. All along, and I told you and we told you, we have had this politics of Mtuetu, the kingpins. The politics of Mtuetu is what the cancer is killing this nation. Good people, you have given them. They have led us as Mtuetu, as our kings, as our kingpins, but they have delivered nothing. When they were in power, Look, the coffee farmers from the Mount Kenya, they are still suffering today. Mount Kenya people, there is dairy farmers, they are still suffering today. But all we are seeing today is an individual who comes and takes the advantage of the status quo. This one, as the young people, we have refused and said, enough is enough. And all we are looking towards coming 2027 is a leader who is visionary, is a leader who has the goodwill to save Kenyans from impoverishment, to save Kenyans from poverty. And it cannot happen when an individual comes and says now he's the only person that now who have our brain as Kenyans to control all of us. There is nothing like that. And when we say this, it does not mean that we are actually behind this Kasongo government. We are against you. We will call out devil. Anytime there is any immorality, we must call it out. Let's call a spoon a spoon. The government is failing. But also even from the united opposition, there is no hope there. There is no way. Look at them right now. After these by-elections that have just taken place, you have seen how selfishness is overtaking an individual, comes to the floor and actually, amongst themselves, they can't even unite. The gentleman comes and says, as if now he's everything in this republic. We want to say, sisi hatutapangwa, huwezi panga wa Kenya. Wewe huwezi tuambia ati tusonge hivi, huwezi tubeba kwa mfuko yako sisi. And I want to say, as a nation, it's about time we sit down soberly and think going forward. There is no time. We as the young people, we have agreed in oneness, unanimously, that we are going to register massively. Come 2026, we are going to give you one unprecedented massive registration. And we will give you the blueprint that we have, so that come around the month of March, all of us, at least, we are the 70%, the majority, at least 50% of us will have registered. And then we will come to the streets with our votes, with our voting cards, and lift it up. And by that time, we'll be telling you the change is coming, because we realized that you actually started our weakness and started selling fear to us when we came to the streets. Now we will come from the streets to the ballot, well organized, well structured, and with a good strategy that will liberate the economy of Kenya, and that will give hope to our young people, and that will make sure that Kenya will no longer be counted as a third world nation. When we are talking, when the president is saying that actually he has a plan for Kenya. Now, every time, we cannot rely on plans, we cannot rely on promises which are never coming into fruition. All we need is to see hospitals that are working, schools that are working, but not promises, verbal promises, when our young people are dying out of depression and hopelessness. Thank you very much. Let me now welcome our national coordinator. Welcome.